Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that inspires and motivates how to discuss your goals and achievements in English. This is not just about words, but about expressing yourself with confidence.
Hi there. Goals and achievements are a big part of life. Whether you're sharing your aspirations in a job interview or talking about personal milestones, knowing how to express these in English is crucial. Let's explore practical tips and phrases together.
When discussing long-term goals, be specific yet adaptable. For example, say, I aim to become a manager in 5 years by improving my leadership skills. Adding time frames and action plans shows clarity. How about your approach, Thomas?
Great point, Jennifer. I suggest using phrases like my ultimate goal is to or I hope to achieve. For instance, my ultimate goal is to start my own business focusing on sustainable products. It's motivational and sets a clear direction.
I also recommend using I'm working towards to show progress. For example, I'm working towards mastering a second language to connect with more people globally. It shows you're proactive about your goals.
Another tip is to express why the goal matters. You could say, I'm passionate about sustainability, and my goal reflects my commitment to the environment. Adding passion makes your goal relatable and meaningful.
What about challenges? Adding context is helpful. For instance, although I face time constraints, I allocate an hour daily to improve my coding skills. Acknowledging challenges makes your goals more realistic.
That's true. Also, mention the steps you're taking. Like, I attend workshops and follow online courses to enhance my skills. This emphasizes your dedication and resourcefulness.
Finally, don't hesitate to show ambition. Say, I aspire to inspire others through my achievements. Ambition, when paired with a plan, sounds inspiring and credible.
Yes, and positivity is key. End with statements like, I believe with consistent effort, I'll achieve my goals. It leaves a strong impression and reflects determination. When sharing professional achievements, focus on quantifiable results. For instance, I successfully led a team of 10 and increased sales by 15% last quarter. Specific numbers give credibility to your statement.
That's right. Highlight skills you used. For example, by improving team communication, I ensured project deadlines were met. This shows not just the outcome, but also your strengths.
Use I'm proud of to add a personal touch. For example, I'm proud of mentoring junior colleagues and seeing them excel in their roles. It shows humility and leadership.
Another good phrase is one of my key achievements is, for example, one of my key achievements is developing a training program that enhanced employee performance by 20%. It's impactful and concise.
When talking about challenges, say, I overcame difficulties by adapting my approach. For instance, I overcame resource constraints by optimizing workflows, ensuring project success. It demonstrates resilience.
Also, mention teamwork where applicable. Say, by collaborating with cross-functional teams, we achieved company targets. Highlighting teamwork shows your ability to work well with others.
End with positive outcomes. For example, these experiences have strengthened my ability to manage complex projects. It leaves a lasting impression and shows growth.
And remember, share achievements confidently, but humbly. A phrase like, I'm grateful for the opportunity to contribute and grow strikes the right balance. When discussing personal goals, it's great to connect them to your values. For example, my goal is to volunteer for community projects because giving back aligns with my belief in social responsibility. This shows your personal motivations clearly.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Another way is to highlight self-improvement goals. For example, I aim to read a new book every month to expand my knowledge and perspective. It's simple yet impactful and reflects your commitment to continuous growth.
You can also mention goals related to hobbies. For instance, I plan to learn the piano because it's been a dream since childhood. Hobbies not only make conversations engaging, but also reflect your personality.
I like to frame goals as challenges I'm excited to tackle. For example, I want to run a marathon next year because I enjoy pushing my limits. It's motivational and shows a determined mindset that inspires others.
When sharing aspirations, explain how they connect to future plans. For example, I'm learning Spanish because I hope to travel to South America and immerse myself in the culture. It gives a sense of direction and excitement about your journey.
And remember to emphasize adaptability. For instance, while my main goal is to advance in my career, I'm also open to exploring creative opportunities that come my way. It shows you're proactive yet flexible.
Another tip is to share small steps toward larger goals. For example, I dedicate 15 minutes daily to meditation as part of my journey to improve mental well-being. This demonstrates consistency and discipline.
Finally, express gratitude for progress. Say, I'm grateful for how far I've come and excited about the road ahead. Gratitude makes your goals relatable and leaves a positive impression. Motivation is key when discussing goals. One tip is to remind yourself of your why. For example, I stay motivated by reflecting on how achieving my goals will improve my family's future. This personal connection keeps you driven.
That's great advice. I also find visualizing success helpful. For instance, I picture myself giving a successful presentation to keep me focused while preparing. Visualization turns abstract goals into tangible outcomes.
Celebrate small wins to stay motivated. For example, I reward myself with a nice dinner after completing a challenging project. Recognizing progress builds momentum and keeps the journey enjoyable.
Setting achievable milestones is essential. Say, I break my goals into smaller steps, like writing 500 words daily for a book project. Achieving small targets gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps the bigger picture in focus.
Another way is to surround yourself with supportive people. For instance, I share my goals with friends who encourage and hold me accountable. A positive environment fuels motivation and accountability.
Staying inspired by others also helps. For example, I listen to motivational podcasts or read success stories to keep my energy high. Learning from others' journeys reinforces the belief in your own path.
Lastly, revisit your goals often. Say, I regularly reflect on my progress to ensure I'm on the right track. Reflection helps you adjust plans if needed and renew your commitment to your aspirations.
And don't forget to enjoy the process. For instance, I remind myself that the journey is just as valuable as the destination. A positive outlook keeps motivation alive and makes every step worthwhile. When discussing challenges, be open about obstacles. For example, balancing work and personal goals is tough, but I manage by creating a clear schedule and prioritizing tasks. Sharing strategies shows resilience and inspires others to tackle their own challenges.
That's a solid approach. You can also talk about how you overcome self-doubt. For instance, I remind myself of past successes whenever I feel unsure about reaching a goal. Reflecting on achievements builds confidence and keeps you moving forward.
Talk about learning from setbacks. For example, when I didn't pass an exam, I reviewed my mistakes and adjusted my study methods. It taught me to see failure as a stepping stone to success. This mindset makes challenges seem less daunting.
Sharing how you adapt to unexpected changes is valuable too. For instance, when a project was delayed, I used the extra time to improve my skills. Flexibility shows you can turn challenges into opportunities for growth.
Another tip is to focus on small, manageable steps. Say, I felt overwhelmed by a big goal, so I broke it into daily tasks. Completing each task gave me the confidence to keep going. Small actions can lead to big results.
Don't hesitate to mention seeking help. For example, when I struggled with a business plan, I consulted a mentor who guided me. Reaching out for support highlights resourcefulness and a willingness to learn.
Highlight the importance of persistence. For instance, I keep reminding myself that success doesn't happen overnight, so I stay consistent and patient. A steady effort shows your commitment to achieving your goals.
Lastly, celebrate your progress despite challenges. Say, even small improvements remind me that I'm moving forward. Acknowledging progress reinforces positivity and helps maintain focus even during tough times.
When sharing achievements, frame them as part of a journey. For instance, completing my first marathon was an incredible experience. It taught me discipline and the power of consistency. This makes your success relatable and motivational.
Absolutely, Jennifer. You can also explain the impact of achievements. For example, winning a design award helped me gain confidence and open new opportunities in my career. Highlighting results shows the value of your efforts.
Add personal meaning to your accomplishments. Say, learning a new language allowed me to connect with people during my travels, which was deeply rewarding. Personal stories make achievements more engaging and authentic.
When discussing team achievements, acknowledge collaboration. For example, leading a team to complete a project successfully taught me the importance of teamwork and communication. This reflects leadership and a collaborative spirit.
It's also powerful to talk about growth. For instance, writing my first book was challenging, but it helped me develop resilience and creativity. Linking achievements to personal development adds depth to your story.
Explain how your accomplishments align with your goals. Say, earning a professional certification was a step toward advancing my career and becoming an expert in my field. Showing alignment emphasizes your focus and determination.
Mention gratitude when discussing achievements. For example, I'm thankful for the support I received while starting my business. It made the success even more meaningful. Gratitude creates a positive and inspiring tone.
Lastly, connect your achievements to future aspirations. Say, publishing my research paper motivated me to pursue a larger study in the field. This demonstrates forward thinking and a continuous drive to achieve more.
When setting goals, aim for realism. Say, I break big ambitions into smaller, attainable targets, like writing one chapter a week for a book. This keeps me motivated and ensures consistent progress. Practical steps make goals feel achievable.
Exactly, Jennifer. Another tip is to use the SMART method. For example, I make my goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This structure helps me stay organized and focused on what matters most. Clarity is key in goal setting.
Share how timelines help you stay on track. Say, I set deadlines for each milestone, like completing a presentation outline by Friday. It helps me manage my time effectively and avoid procrastination. Deadlines give structure to your aspirations.
That's a great point. I also prioritize goals based on urgency. For instance, I focus on tasks that align with my long-term plans, ensuring I don't waste energy on distractions. Staying aligned with your vision boosts productivity.
Adjusting goals is important too. Say, when I realized my initial timeline was unrealistic, I revised it without losing sight of my goal. Flexibility shows you can adapt while maintaining commitment to your objectives.
Monitoring progress is equally crucial. For example, I review my progress weekly, noting what's working and what isn't. This reflection helps me refine my approach. Regular check-ins keep you accountable and motivated.
Celebrate small wins along the way. Say, completing a single task toward my bigger goal, like finalizing a business logo, energizes me to tackle the next step. Recognizing progress maintains enthusiasm and prevents burnout.
Finally, focus on intrinsic motivation. For instance, I remind myself why the goal matters to me personally, like gaining new skills to better serve my community. Connecting goals to your values adds meaning and sustains your drive.
When talking about future aspirations, be specific. Say, I aim to become a project manager within 3 years by building leadership skills and earning certifications. A clear vision shows ambition and a well-thought-out plan.
That's true. Linking aspirations to current actions is effective too. For example, I'm currently volunteering to improve my communication skills, which will help me lead teams in the future. Showing action demonstrates your dedication.
You can also express a desire to make an impact. Say, I hope to contribute to sustainability efforts by designing eco-friendly products. This conveys not only your goals, but also the values that drive them.
Don't forget to mention adaptability. For instance, while I aim to enter the tech industry, I'm open to exploring roles in AI or cybersecurity, depending on opportunities. Flexibility makes your aspirations realistic and versatile.
Another approach is sharing your learning goals. Say, I plan to enroll in online courses to deepen my expertise in marketing analytics. Continuous learning shows your commitment to growth and staying relevant in your field.
Talking about long-term goals is impactful. For example, in 10 years, I see myself leading a nonprofit organization advocating for equal education access globally. Ambitious yet grounded goals inspire confidence in your vision.
Mentioning collaborations can add depth. Say, I hope to partner with diverse teams worldwide to create innovative solutions in my field. Collaborations highlight your openness to teamwork and broader perspectives.
Lastly, keep it authentic. Say, I'm passionate about storytelling and aim to use my skills to connect with audiences meaningfully. Honesty about your aspirations creates genuine connections in conversations.
Challenges are inevitable, but perseverance matters. For instance, I struggled to balance work and studies, so I created a detailed schedule. This allowed me to manage time effectively. Sharing strategies shows resilience and problem-solving skills.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Facing setbacks, I remind myself to stay adaptable. For example, when a plan doesn't work, I analyze what went wrong and adjust instead of giving up. Adaptability turns obstacles into stepping stones for growth.
It's also helpful to seek support. Say, I joined a mentorship program when I felt stuck in my career path. The guidance helped me gain clarity. Sharing your willingness to seek help shows humility and commitment to self-improvement.
That's a great point. Reflecting on lessons from challenges is equally important. For instance, a failed presentation taught me to prepare thoroughly and rehearse. Highlighting what you've learned from difficulties shows maturity and self-awareness.
Another tip is to focus on small victories. Say, completing one chapter of my thesis during a tough week reminded me I'm making progress. Celebrating incremental achievements keeps you motivated during challenging times.
When overwhelmed, taking a step back can help. For example, I pause to reassess priorities and break tasks into smaller parts to regain control. This demonstrates your ability to manage stress and maintain focus under pressure.
Sharing how you maintain optimism is powerful. Say, I keep a gratitude journal to remind myself of progress and opportunities. Positive habits like this help sustain motivation and show your proactive approach to challenges.
Lastly, discuss your determination. For instance, even after multiple rejections, I refined my skills and applied again until I succeeded. This showcases persistence and a strong belief in achieving your goals.
Inspiring others begins with sharing your journey. Say, I started volunteering to help students after overcoming my own struggles in education. Sharing my story motivates them to pursue learning. Personal stories have a powerful impact.
That's true. Leading by example is crucial. For instance, I encourage colleagues to prioritize self-care by demonstrating work-life balance in my own routine. Actions speak louder than words and inspire trust and respect.
Motivational language also helps. Say, I remind people that every small step counts, like dedicating just 15 minutes a day to a skill. Consistency creates change. Encouraging practical efforts resonates deeply.
Sharing knowledge is another way. For example, I organize workshops on time management to help others achieve their goals efficiently. Empowering others with tools and insights creates a ripple effect of growth.
Collaboration fosters mutual inspiration. Say, I worked with a friend on a fitness goal, and our shared progress motivated both of us. Highlighting teamwork emphasizes the value of collective effort and support.
Encouraging reflection can spark inspiration. For instance, I ask people to revisit their achievements, reminding them of their potential. Reflecting on past successes builds confidence for future endeavors.
Offering tailored advice is impactful. Say, when a peer doubted their skills, I suggested they start with achievable goals and build gradually. Their success inspired me in return. Personalized support creates a strong bond.
Finally, remind others of the bigger picture. Say, I encourage everyone to think about how their goals contribute to a positive impact on the world. Connecting goals to a broader purpose inspires commitment and enthusiasm.
Smart goals are a game changer. For example, I wanted to improve my presentation skills, so I set a specific target of delivering 3 practice presentations within 2 weeks. Specific, measurable, and time-bound goals provide clarity and focus.
Absolutely, Jennifer, smart goals keep you accountable. Say, I aim to read 1 book per month on leadership to grow professionally. Breaking goals into manageable steps makes progress tangible and achievable.
Relevance is key too. For instance, I chose a goal aligned with my career path, learning advanced data analysis. It kept me motivated as I could see how it directly benefited my role. Goals tied to personal or professional priorities hold more value.
Time-based goals add urgency. Say, I committed to improving my fitness by running a 5K within 3 months. Having a clear deadline pushed me to stay consistent. Deadlines create a sense of responsibility and prevent procrastination.
Flexibility also matters. For example, when my original timeline for learning French became unrealistic, I adjusted it while maintaining consistency. Showing adaptability while staying committed ensures long-term success.
Tracking progress is equally important. Say, I created a journal to document my daily efforts toward my goals. Reflecting on my achievements boosted my confidence and motivation. Regular check-ins maintain momentum.
Accountability partners are helpful. For instance, I teamed up with a friend to learn coding. We held weekly review sessions to discuss challenges and celebrate milestones. Collaborative efforts ensure mutual encouragement and discipline.
Lastly, celebrate achievements no matter how small. Say, I treated myself to a movie night after completing a challenging task. Rewards reinforce the habit of achieving goals and keep the journey enjoyable.
Long-term motivation starts with a strong purpose. For instance, I remind myself of the positive impact my work has on others, which keeps me inspired. A clear sense of purpose anchors you during challenging phases.
I agree, Jennifer. Visualizing success is another powerful tool. Say, I created a vision board of my dreams and aspirations. Seeing it daily fuels my determination to stay focused and work hard. Visual aids provide constant encouragement.
Breaking goals into smaller tasks helps sustain effort. For example, I divided my long-term project into weekly goals, which made the process manageable and less daunting. Small steps make big goals feel achievable.
Acknowledging progress is crucial. Say, I take a moment to reflect on how far I've come whenever I feel stuck. This practice energizes me to push forward. Celebrating milestones motivates you to keep striving.
Staying inspired through stories works wonders. For instance, I follow individuals on social media who share their success journeys. Their experiences remind me that perseverance leads to success. Surrounding yourself with positivity keeps you on track.
Building habits helps maintain focus. Say, I committed to writing for 30 minutes every morning as part of my goal to publish a book. Consistency turned it into a routine. Regular practices form the foundation of long-term success.
Support systems are invaluable. For instance, I regularly connect with a mentor who helps me navigate challenges and refine my approach. Having someone to guide and encourage you fosters resilience and clarity.
Finally, reframe setbacks as learning opportunities. Say, when my initial efforts didn't work, I treated them as lessons and adjusted my strategies. Viewing challenges positively keeps you motivated to persist.
Challenges are inevitable, but resilience is key. For instance, when I struggled with time management, I used a planner to structure my day effectively. Identifying obstacles and addressing them with practical solutions keeps you moving forward.
Absolutely. Adapting to unexpected hurdles is essential. Say, when I faced financial difficulties while studying, I took up a part-time job to fund my education. Flexibility and creativity in problem-solving turned setbacks into opportunities for growth.
Seeking help is not a weakness. For example, I joined a study group to tackle complex topics in my course. Sharing ideas made learning easier and more enjoyable. Collaboration can simplify challenges and foster mutual support.
Learning from failures is crucial. Say, when my first startup failed, I analyzed what went wrong and applied those lessons to my next venture. Mistakes provide valuable insights that refine your strategies for future success.
Emotional resilience matters, too. For instance, when I felt overwhelmed, I practiced mindfulness and focused on one task at a time. Taking care of your mental health ensures sustained motivation and clarity in goal pursuit.
Persistence is a powerful tool. Say, I applied to 10 companies before landing my dream job. Each rejection taught me something new, which improved my applications. Consistent effort eventually leads to positive outcomes.
Tracking progress can counter doubts. For example, I kept a journal of my achievements, no matter how small. Reflecting on them boosted my confidence during tough times. Documentation reminds you of your capabilities and progress.
Lastly, celebrate perseverance. Say, overcoming a challenging exam felt rewarding because I stayed dedicated. I treated myself to a day out to recharge. Recognizing your effort builds morale and strengthens your resolve to keep going.
Ambition is inspiring, but self-care ensures sustainability. For instance, I schedule breaks during intense work periods to recharge and maintain focus. Regular pauses prevent burnout and improve productivity.
That's true. Maintaining hobbies alongside goals is important. Say, I dedicate weekends to painting, which relaxes me and sparks creativity. Balancing work with enjoyable activities nurtures mental and emotional well-being.
Sleep is a non-negotiable aspect of self-care. For example, I ensure at least 7 hours of sleep each night to stay energized and think clearly. Rest restores both physical and mental energy, crucial for achieving goals.
Physical health complements ambition. Say, I started jogging daily to boost my stamina and manage stress better. Regular exercise keeps you physically fit and mentally resilient, supporting your journey toward success.
Healthy eating is equally vital. For instance, I include nutritious snacks during work to maintain energy levels and stay focused. Proper nutrition fuels your body and mind, enhancing overall performance.
Mindfulness practices help maintain balance. Say, I meditate for 10 minutes daily to calm my mind and reduce anxiety. Staying grounded through mindfulness improves decision-making and keeps you centered.
Setting realistic boundaries is necessary. For example, I politely decline additional responsibilities that disrupt my work-life balance. Protecting your time and energy ensures consistent progress without unnecessary stress.
Finally, celebrate self-care. Say, after achieving a major milestone, I took a week off to unwind and reflect. It recharged me for my next goal. Rewarding yourself reinforces the importance of self-care alongside ambition.
Staying motivated requires small rewards along the way. For example, when I finished a major project milestone, I treated myself to a favorite meal. It reminded me that every step forward is progress worth celebrating. Rewarding yourself keeps the journey enjoyable.
Visual reminders are powerful. Say, I created a vision board with images of my goals, like traveling or achieving a certification. Seeing it daily keeps me focused. Visual cues reinforce your aspirations and keep them at the forefront of your mind.
Sharing goals with supportive people helps. For instance, I told my best friend about my fitness plan, and they encouraged me to stick with it. A positive support system holds you accountable and cheers for your progress.
Tracking improvements keeps you inspired. Say, I kept a log of my performance reviews to see how much I had grown professionally. Monitoring your journey proves that consistent effort yields results even when it feels slow.
Listening to inspiring stories boosts morale. For example, I read about someone who succeeded after years of struggle, which reassured me that persistence works. Learning from others' experiences shows that challenges are part of success.
Reflecting on your why fuels motivation. Say, I remind myself that my education will help me provide for my family and inspire others. Connecting goals to deeper values strengthens your commitment during difficult times.
Learning something new can reignite passion. For instance, I took a short course related to my field, which refreshed my interest and improved my skills. Exploring new perspectives enhances creativity and enthusiasm for your goals.
Celebrating progress, not perfection, matters. Say, even when my first attempt at a presentation wasn't perfect, I praised myself for stepping out of my comfort zone. Acknowledging effort builds confidence and drives continued improvement.
Setbacks are opportunities to learn. For instance, when I missed a promotion, I asked for feedback and worked on my weaknesses. That led to greater success later. Viewing challenges as lessons transforms them into stepping stones.
Staying adaptable during setbacks is key. Say, I planned to study abroad, but financial issues delayed it. Instead, I focused on local opportunities until I could reapply. Flexibility ensures progress even when plans change unexpectedly.
Positive self-talk helps during tough times. For example, I reminded myself, this is just a phase and I've overcome worse. It gave me strength to keep going. Reframing your mindset empowers you to tackle challenges effectively.
Revisiting smaller wins can rebuild confidence. Say, when I failed a big project, I looked back at previous successes to remind myself of my abilities. Reflecting on past achievements restores faith in your capacity to succeed.
Seeking advice from experienced people can offer clarity. For instance, I reached out to a mentor after a setback, and they helped me see solutions I hadn't considered. External perspectives provide valuable insights for moving forward.
Breaking down goals into manageable steps reduces pressure. Say, after losing track of my fitness goals, I started with 10-minute daily exercises. Gradually, I got back on track. Small actions rebuild momentum and prevent overwhelm.
Finding humor in tough moments lightens the load. For example, I laughed at my mistake during a presentation and used it as an example of how we all make errors. A positive attitude makes setbacks less intimidating and easier to handle.
Finally, celebrating the courage to try again is crucial. Say, after failing my driving test, I reminded myself that attempting it was brave and I booked another one. Perseverance in the face of difficulty paves the way for eventual success.
Confidence grows with preparation. Say, before an interview, I researched the company and practiced common questions. This preparation helped me feel ready and less anxious. Being prepared reduces fear and allows you to present your best self.
Reflecting on past successes boosts self-belief. For instance, I looked back at my college achievements when doubting myself. It reminded me that I can handle challenges. Reassurance from previous accomplishments strengthens your confidence.
Practicing gratitude can shift your mindset. For example, I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for daily, which made me more optimistic about my journey. Gratitude encourages positivity and reduces self-doubt, fostering confidence.
Surrounding yourself with supportive people is essential. Say, I joined a group of like-minded professionals who celebrated each other's successes. Their encouragement inspired me to aim higher. A positive environment uplifts your confidence.
Visualization techniques are powerful tools. For instance, I imagined myself delivering a successful speech, and it helped calm my nerves during the actual presentation. Visualizing success trains your mind to believe in your abilities.
Challenging your inner critic helps. Say, when I thought I wasn't good enough, I countered those thoughts with evidence of my skills and achievements. It silenced my doubts. Replacing negative self-talk with facts builds resilience and confidence.
Taking small risks builds courage. For example, I started sharing my ideas during meetings, even if I felt nervous. Each positive reaction boosted my confidence. Stepping out of your comfort zone gradually reinforces belief in your abilities.
Recognizing that setbacks don't define you is crucial. Say, I reminded myself that failing one project didn't erase my years of hard work. It was just a lesson. Separating temporary failures from your overall worth ensures long-term confidence.
Clear communication starts with knowing your goals. For instance, I listed my career objectives before discussing them with my manager. It ensured our meeting stayed focused. Defining your goals helps convey them confidently and concisely.
Using specific examples strengthens your message. Say, when discussing my promotion, I highlighted successful projects and their impact on the team. It supported my case effectively. Concrete evidence makes your goals more persuasive.
Active listening ensures mutual understanding. For example, I paid attention to my colleagues' concerns during our discussion about project deadlines. It helped us align our goals. Listening shows respect and fosters productive conversations.
Adapting your language to the audience is essential. Say, when explaining my ideas to non-technical colleagues, I avoided jargon and focused on the outcomes. Simplifying complex ideas ensures your message is understood by everyone.
Asking for feedback refines your approach. For example, I asked my mentor how to frame my goals during a performance review, and their advice made my presentation stronger. Feedback provides insights that improve your communication.
Using positive language inspires confidence. Say, instead of saying, I think I can, I said, I am confident I will. This shift in tone made my intentions clearer. Positive phrasing conveys determination and helps others believe in your goals.
Being open to suggestions shows flexibility. For instance, during a team discussion, I incorporated others' ideas into my plan, which improved collaboration. A willingness to adapt fosters trust and strengthens your goal-oriented communication.
Ending conversations with clear action steps is vital. Say, I summarized our plan and outlined the next steps to ensure everyone was on the same page. A structured conclusion reinforces your commitment and ensures progress toward your goals.
Facing challenges starts with mindset. Say, I view obstacles as opportunities to grow. When a project failed, I analyzed what went wrong and adapted my approach for future success. Adopting a growth mindset turns setbacks into valuable lessons.
Breaking large challenges into smaller tasks makes them manageable. For example, I divided my thesis into weekly goals, which reduced my stress and kept me motivated. Focusing on achievable steps keeps you progressing steadily toward your target.
Leaning on support systems is crucial. Say, when overwhelmed, I shared my struggles with a mentor who offered practical advice. Their encouragement kept me on track. Seeking guidance helps you tackle challenges with fresh perspectives.
Being proactive reduces the impact of obstacles. For instance, I anticipated issues in a project and prepared backup plans, which minimized disruptions. Planning ahead equips you to handle difficulties efficiently and stay focused on your goals.
Reframing failures fosters resilience. Say, I treated my rejection from a job as a chance to refine my skills, which led to a better opportunity later. Viewing setbacks as redirections empowers you to keep striving for success.
Maintaining consistency is key. For example, even when progress was slow, I dedicated an hour daily to studying for my certification. Over time, it paid off. Regular effort ensures steady advancement no matter the pace.
Celebrating small victories builds motivation. Say, after completing a challenging presentation, I rewarded myself with a treat. It energized me for the next task. Acknowledging progress reinforces your determination and keeps you moving forward.
Seeking inspiration from others fuels persistence. For instance, reading stories of entrepreneurs who overcame hardships reminded me to stay dedicated. Their journeys motivated me to push through challenges. Learning from role models boosts morale.
Setting realistic timelines prevents burnout. For example, I am to learn a new skill in 3 months instead of 1, which allowed me to balance work and personal life. A practical timeline ensures steady progress without overwhelming yourself.
Prioritizing goals enhances focus. Say, I listed my top 3 career objectives and dedicated most of my energy to them. It made my efforts more impactful. Concentrating on fewer priorities avoids spreading yourself too thin and increases success.
Acknowledging limits keeps you grounded. For instance, when managing multiple projects, I delegated tasks to colleagues, ensuring quality work. Recognizing I couldn't do it all improved outcomes. Knowing your capacity avoids unnecessary stress.
Maintaining flexibility helps adapt to changing circumstances. Say, I adjusted my savings plan after unexpected expenses, which kept me on track without unnecessary pressure. Being adaptable ensures you stay aligned with your overall goals.
Balancing ambition with self-care is vital. For example, I scheduled regular breaks while studying for exams, which kept me refreshed and focused. Taking care of your well-being ensures long-term productivity and success.
Learning to say no protects your priorities. Say, I declined a project that didn't align with my goals, focusing instead on tasks that advanced my career. Setting boundaries ensures your energy is directed toward what truly matters.
Measuring progress keeps you motivated. For instance, I tracked my fitness milestones weekly, which showed me how far I had come. It inspired me to keep going. Regular assessments ensure you stay on course and maintain enthusiasm.
Celebrating realistic achievements fosters satisfaction. Say, reaching a smaller milestone reminded me I was moving closer to my larger goal. It made the journey more enjoyable. Acknowledging progress reinforces your commitment and ambition.
Clarity is essential when sharing goals. Say, I want to improve my public speaking to present ideas confidently. I've joined a local club to practice weekly. Specific goals with actionable steps make it easier for others to understand and support your plans.
Storytelling makes your goals relatable. For instance, I've always admired authors who blend science with storytelling, so I aim to write a book combining those passions. I've started outlining chapters to bring my vision to life. Sharing your journey connects with others.
Using positive language inspires engagement. Say, I'm building skills in coding to solve real-world problems. It's exciting to see how small projects are preparing me for larger ones. Framing your goals optimistically encourages others to join your enthusiasm.
Active listening builds mutual support. For example, when my colleague shared his career plans, I asked how I could help, and we exchanged resources. Conversations about goals are more impactful when they involve mutual encouragement and collaboration.
Communicating progress keeps others invested. Say, I've completed 50% of my training program, and it's reinforcing my commitment to data analysis. I share updates with my peers for accountability. Updates create shared excitement and motivate continued effort.
Expressing gratitude strengthens relationships. For instance, when mentors guided my career path, I thanked them and shared how their advice shaped my goals. It deepened our connection. Acknowledging help fosters long-term support for your ambitions.
Visual aids can clarify complex goals. Say, I created a vision board with images representing my dream job and milestones. Sharing it with friends sparked valuable discussions. Visuals make your aspirations tangible and easier to relate to. Reflecting on past successes builds confidence. Say, when I led a successful fundraising event, I realized my strengths in organizing and motivating others. It encouraged me to take on larger challenges. Acknowledging achievements helps you set ambitious goals.
Analyzing what worked provides insights. For instance, I completed a major project by breaking it into weekly tasks. That structure became a blueprint for future endeavors. Learning from effective strategies ensures consistent progress in new pursuits.
Celebrating milestones reinforces motivation. Say, I rewarded myself after publishing my first article, which made the journey enjoyable and sustainable. It reminded me to appreciate each step. Recognizing accomplishments keeps your passion alive.
Sharing lessons inspires others. For example, I discussed my experience overcoming stage fright in a workshop, encouraging attendees to pursue public speaking. Sharing builds connections and inspires mutual growth. Your story could motivate someone else's success.
Using achievements to identify strengths boosts self-awareness. Say, winning a debate highlighted my analytical thinking. It led me to explore roles requiring problem-solving skills. Successes often reveal hidden talents and interests that shape your future.
Turning achievements into opportunities expands horizons. For instance, after organizing a local event, I networked with participants, which opened doors to collaborations. Success creates momentum when leveraged thoughtfully. Each win can lead to even greater success.
Revisiting achievements during challenges restores belief. Say, when I doubted myself, I recalled how I completed a tough course, proving I could handle difficulties. It reignited my determination. Past wins serve as reminders of your resilience and capability.
Documenting accomplishments builds a growth portfolio. For example, I kept a journal of completed goals, which I review before setting new ones. It provides clarity on my strengths and areas for improvement. Tracking progress keeps you focused and goal-oriented.
When facing setbacks, focus on the bigger picture. I hit a roadblock in my writing, but I remembered why I started my passion for storytelling. This helped me push through the frustration and continue. Keeping your why in mind renews motivation and resilience.
Learn from failure and pivot. I missed a deadline on a project, but instead of giving up, I analyzed what went wrong and adjusted my approach. I set smaller milestones to stay on track. Setbacks are opportunities to refine your strategies and grow. Small wins keep you moving forward. I broke down my large goal of launching a podcast into daily tasks like script writing, recording, and editing. Each completed task felt like a victory. Celebrate these mini achievements to maintain momentum toward your larger goal.
Small wins keep you moving forward. I broke down my large goal of launching a podcast into daily tasks like script writing, recording, and editing. Each completed task felt like a victory. Celebrate these mini achievements to maintain momentum toward your larger goal.
Mindset is key when faced with challenges. Instead of saying, I failed, I reframe it as I learned. When you shift your mindset, setbacks become learning opportunities, not obstacles. Viewing challenges through a growth lens helps you bounce back stronger.
Building a support system provides encouragement. When I felt discouraged about my fitness goals, my workout partner reminded me of my progress. Their belief in me kept me going. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, especially during tough times.
Take time to rest and recharge. After a challenging month at work, I took a weekend off to reflect. This pause helped me regain my energy and perspective. Sometimes, stepping back gives you the clarity to move forward with more focus.
Visualize success to fuel determination. I imagined completing my marathon for weeks before it happened. Visualization keeps you focused and mentally prepared for the journey ahead. Imagining your end goal can serve as a powerful motivator when times get tough.
Track your progress, no matter how small. I keep a journal of my achievements, even if they seem insignificant. This daily record reminds me of how far I've come, motivating me to keep pushing forward. Tracking progress reinforces your dedication and effort.
Long-term goals need a clear vision. I've always wanted to own a business, so I created a roadmap of the skills I need to develop, like marketing and finance. This vision keeps me on track and focused. A clear roadmap gives your goals structure and purpose.
Break long-term goals into manageable steps. Instead of focusing on the entire year, I break my goals into quarterly objectives. This makes them less overwhelming and easier to track. Setting smaller checkpoints helps you stay motivated and measure progress.
Stay adaptable in your pursuit. My initial goal was to work in publishing, but after gaining experience in marketing, I shifted my focus. Being open to changes ensures that I stay on the right path even when opportunities change. Flexibility helps you stay on course despite shifting circumstances.
Time management is crucial for long-term success. I block off time for my goals each week, ensuring I make steady progress. Staying organized keeps my long-term vision from feeling overwhelming. Consistent time management brings long-term goals within reach.
Visual reminders help keep goals top of mind. I keep a vision board with images and quotes that inspire me. Seeing it daily reminds me of my long-term goals and fuels my determination. Visual cues serve as constant motivators, helping you stay focused.
Accountability keeps you on track. I share my long-term goals with a mentor, which motivates me to follow through. When someone checks in on your progress, it's easier to stay committed. Having someone to answer to increases your responsibility and motivation.
Use setbacks as stepping stones. When I faced challenges in my career path, I redefined my goals and adjusted my approach. Each setback led me to reconsider and improve my strategy. Seeing setbacks as part of the learning process keeps you moving forward.
Celebrate progress along the way. When I completed a milestone towards my long-term goal of writing a novel, I treated myself to a weekend getaway. Celebrating your achievements keeps the journey enjoyable. Rewarding yourself reinforces positive behaviors and motivates future efforts.
Inspiration often comes from unexpected places. I watched a documentary about artists who reinvented themselves. Their stories reminded me to keep exploring new avenues to achieve my own goals. Sometimes a fresh perspective is all it takes to reignite your passion.
Seek inspiration from others' journeys. When I read about people who faced immense challenges to achieve their goals, it fueled my drive. It's a reminder that perseverance leads to success. Learning from others' experiences can give you the boost you need.
Stay connected to your passion. I write down what excites me about my goals each week, whether it's the learning process or the final outcome. Revisiting my reasons helps me stay committed. A deep connection to your goal makes it easier to stay on course.
Regular reflection keeps you aligned. I reflect on my goals every month to assess my progress and readjust. This ensures I stay aligned with my values and aspirations. Reflection is an essential practice for sustained commitment and direction.
Embrace challenges as growth opportunities. When I faced difficulties in my career transition, I reminded myself that each challenge was helping me develop new skills. Every hurdle was an opportunity to grow. Embracing challenges strengthens your resilience.
Connect with like-minded individuals. I joined a group of aspiring writers, and their enthusiasm inspired me to stay committed. Surrounding yourself with driven individuals elevates your motivation. Community provides encouragement and shared inspiration.
Remember why you started. When I doubted my progress, I revisited the reasons I set my goals in the first place. Reconnecting with my why reignited my passion and kept me focused. Always remember the purpose behind your goals for sustained drive.
Celebrate the small wins. Each time I hit a goal, whether it's completing a chapter or getting feedback from a mentor, I celebrate. These small wins keep me motivated. Acknowledging even the smallest victories propels you toward your bigger dreams.
SMART goals help you break down complex ambitions into actionable steps. When I set my fitness goals, I made them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework kept me focused and organized. SMART goals are great for clarity and motivation.
Having a clear structure for your goals is essential. For my career development, I used SMART criteria. I decided to complete an online course in 6 months. Breaking it down like this made it feel achievable. Clear objectives help you stay on track and measure success.
Specificity is key to ensuring goals are actionable. Instead of saying I want to get fit, I specified I will run 3 times a week for 30 minutes each time. This makes it easier to track progress. The clearer your goal, the easier it is to plan and achieve.
Ensure your goals are measurable so you can track progress. I measure my goals using progress checkpoints. For instance, I track how many pages of my book I write each week. Measurable goals help you see progress and keep you motivated to continue.
Make sure your goals are realistic. When I aim to learn a new language, I set a goal to practice for 30 minutes every day. It was manageable and fit into my schedule. Unrealistic goals often set us up for failure. Setting attainable goals builds confidence.
Time-bound goals create urgency. I had a goal to complete a project within 6 months, and I set weekly deadlines to ensure I stayed on track. A clear timeline helps prevent procrastination. Deadlines encourage focus and urgency in achieving goals.
Remember to align your goals with your values. I wanted to improve my public speaking, so I joined a community group. It wasn't just about getting better at speaking. It was about connecting with people and helping others. Goals aligned with your values feel more rewarding.
A SMART goal should be flexible. I had to adjust my goals when I encountered unexpected challenges. It's important to stay adaptable so you don't get discouraged. Flexibility within structure allows for adjustments and keeps you moving forward, even if life changes.
Achieving our goals is a journey, and staying consistent, adaptable, and focused on progress can make all the difference. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight, but with the right mindset, you'll get there.
Exactly, Jennifer. Keep setting clear goals, embrace change, and stay motivated. Your future achievements depend on the small steps you take every day. Stay positive and keep pushing toward your dreams.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope today's conversation inspired you to take action toward your goals.
Good luck, everyone, and remember, consistency is key. We'll see you in the next episode.